guys, welcome back to my channel and another video here. Today I have a video that is just kind of like fun and chatty and goofy, like my favorite type of video. And this is one that I found on the Topic Tuesday Instagram. And it is just like weird or unusual or strange nail polish bottles. And I am someone who loves a gimmick. I love a weird little business ploy. I love to see like kind of weird and unusual things, even if it's not practical. I may not always buy them, but they definitely draw me in. And so this topic was like, yes, let's do that. So I just opened up literally every one of my nail polish drawers and grabbed any of the bottles that kind of caught my eye, because in that case, I was just like, yeah, that if it stands out amongst a drawer of all of this going on, I feel like it's noteworthy. So some of these are weird for like the whole package, like bottle cap, everything. Some of them are just, they have really weird caps and the bottles are somewhat normal. And then some of them, it's just like the bottle itself. Like, I'm just like, what is going on with this? You know? So I have, let's see, lucky 13. I got 13 different polishes to show you. And I want to like state right off, because sometimes people think like a weird, unusual, whatever that means, like bad. No, these aren't necessarily bad. They're just different than anything else that I've seen on the market. Like when I look at these bottles, they are unique to that brand in my mind, at least. So like if you see a brand or see one of these and you're like, actually this brand does that too, let me know, because I obviously don't know that. These are not your typical like round bottles that you see from like, you know, like Sweet and Sour, Different Dimension, and KB Shimmer. You know, they all use kind of like a similar round bottle. It's not anything like that. It's something that definitely stands out. So first off, let me just get a couple right out of the way. These are luxury brand polishes. They're not for everybody, but the reason why I'm drawn to these is partially because I just like luxury brands, because I'm a plebe, and partially because the bottles speak for themselves. So you guys know, because you can't see it stabbing out from behind me, the first one I want to show you guys is the Louis Vuitton packaging slash bottle. So this one, these are like $50+ polishes. The box like comes up off over it, and then the bottle comes out. And yes, I did keep the box because this was an expensive polish. And even the bottle itself is unusual. It's like faceted, almost like a gemstone. And then the cap, like this whole thing is the cap. And it has such a short little brush, but I guess with a cap that long, who needs a long brush, right? But like, honestly, anyway, like this feels like a weapon, because the end is like, it's pretty solid glass and it's pretty heavy. What if that just broke when I did that? Like, it was like the integrity of the neck of the bottle is like, we're done. Or, you know, you could use it like that too. So really, ladies, this is, and men, if you prefer not to fight with your fists, this doubles as a nail polish and a personal home defense tool. But this is probably one of my favorite bottles, just because it's absurd. It's so unnecessary, and you know you're paying for the packaging on this. The next one is from Christian Dior, which is of course another luxury brand. And again, look at this bottle. Like, it's so cute. It looks like a little Christmas ornament, which makes sense because I think it was like exclusive around the time of Christmas. It is, I don't know why I felt like I need to angle my hand like that, but it is kind of like dainty. I had to like sign for this and everything. But the cap itself, unlike the Louis Vuitton, is like the inky dinkiest little cap. So not easy to use. The other thing I will say about this cap, this is like straight up plastic, although it looks like it would be metal. And for the price, you'd think it would be like just a little bit nicer. But I mean, a metal cap would probably be very expensive. But this was already very expensive. So this is just another kind of goofy, weirdo luxury kind of thing. And I think that's why I like weird bottles and like bottle shapes, is because I feel like they evoke that like weird luxury feel. This is Ice Cream Nails, and this is probably like the first super weird bottle that I was like obsessed with. Like this made me want to buy from this brand so badly. Clearly all custom there, like the ice cream cone textured cap, and it is a raised texture. So I don't know, it's just really cute to like hold it like that. One thing I've seen a lot of people say about these bottles or complain about these bottles that they don't like is the cap itself, which for me is the biggest draw, but they say like for them it's hard to hold and to use. I don't find that that's really the case for me. I guess I'm just used to it at this point, but because it is tapered, it is probably not the easiest to maintain a grip on for some people. So I totally get that. I would never be like, you can't hold the ice cream nails cap. What's wrong with you? Like, I get it. It is weird. But yeah, these are pretty small bottles, like 10 milliliters. I think that's probably like one of the smallest, like normal size polishes that I own. And I haven't bought from them in a really long time because I think once I got enough of the bottles in my collection, it really scratched the itch that I had, and that's all I needed. Okay, this one is not so much the bottle, but the cap. And this is one that you guys probably heard me when they first came out talking a lot of crap on. And this is the moon cap bottle. So the cap is this asymmetrical, faceted, kind of like gemstone cap. And in theory, one thing I've seen a lot of people say about these bottles or complain about these bottles that they don't like is the cap itself, which for me is the biggest draw, but they say like for them it's hard to hold and to use. I don't find that that's really the case for me. I guess I'm just used to it at this point, but because it is tapered, it is probably not the easiest to maintain a grip on for some people. So I totally get that. I would never be like, you can't hold the ice cream nails cap. What's wrong with you? Like, I get it. It is weird. But yeah, these are pretty small bottles, like 10 milliliters. I think that's probably like one of the smallest, like normal size polishes that I own. And I haven't bought from them in a really long time because I think once I got enough of the bottles in my collection, it really scratched the itch that I had, and that's all I needed. Okay, this one is not so much the bottle, but the cap. And this is one that you guys probably heard me when they first came out talking a lot of crap on. And this is the moon cap bottle. So the cap is this asymmetrical, faceted, kind of like gemstone cap. And in theory, oh, it's gone. I dropped it. I'm not picking it up. In theory, I like it from like an aesthetic point. But from a use point, my biggest concern was it's not going to be comfortable to hold. And upon having several and using them, I do like the brand. I do think they're expensive, a little too expensive. I stand by, like, the cap. I don't like holding the cap. I think it's weird. I don't like that it's asymmetrical. It makes my brain itch. Like, I don't like that. The other thing too with those bottles that I've been seeing more recently on the Facebook group and stuff like that is it seems like however the bottles are manufactured, the integrity of them is not the best. So I don't know why I'm like grabbing my own neck. I was like, the neck of the bottle, but like literally the bottleneck where the cap handle is seems to like snap in transit sometimes. It must be like the glass is thinner there. I don't know. So I think they're working on it though. I think I saw that. But yeah, the Mooncat cap is fun looking, but not fun to use. Here's another just weird cap, and this is Nailtopia. So I was utterly fascinated the first time I saw these because I'm like, it looks like a dropper. And I don't know why that was like drawing me in, but I was like, I must try these. I have not used a Nailtopia that I've really fallen in love with. I did keep this one because I like the color, but I don't even think I've worn it yet. So, but it's weird because it's like, do you hold it like this? Also, look at, like, the brush is so long for this. I don't know. It's like, do I hold it on this weird little dropper nub, or do I use like the more like fuller base? It's just like, there's not enough of either piece to grip to paint your nails. Again, looks weird, kind of ugly though, in retrospect. Not even in retrospect. I feel like most people would be like, Hillary, that's ugly. Why did you buy that? But I was just so fascinated because I'd never seen a cap like this. And now I know why. They're hard to use. Here's an ancient artifact. This is a julep nail polish bottle. This is one that I was really fascinated by when I first got into nail polish because I was like, oh, they're so long and skinny. They look so elegant, so cute. These are a pain in the butt to use because they are not stable because they have like, you know, the smallest base imaginable. But still, I am fascinated by these like weird, almost like lipstick, lip gloss shaped type of bottles. And this one is old. It's probably past its prime. But like, I mean, the cap and everything, that's fine. It's just the bottle itself is so weirdly long. And it's just like, why? Like, what is your, I love it, but why did you do that? You know, there's a lot of things where I'm like, that's weird and it's strange and I love it, that I'm glad you did it, but please tell me why. I want to know what was going on in your brain. I always want to know why people do things. I like, especially weird stuff. Cause I just want to know, like, how did this come about? How did we settle on this? And this is one of those things, just how and why. Okay. This bottle I feel like is not crazy weird, but every time I look at it, I don't know, I feel like I can't even say it. It's phallic, dude. Like, I look at this bottle, I'm like, that's a wiener. So that's all I had to say about that one. This is Koki, by the way. Every time I see these, I'm just like, a little too smooth, almost got that silicone texture that doesn't feel quite appropriate for something this shape. I don't know. Maybe I'm just disgusting. Speaking of gross, this is the Harry Styles brand, Pleasing. Now this one I don't agree with. Like, a lot of people, when these first came out, they were like, those look weird. They look like something. And I was like, it looks like a pawn on a chessboard. Like, why? You guys are weird. Like, why do you, don't put that there. I don't know. I thought these were cute bottles. I thought they were fun. I thought they were unusual. I really like this, like, very, I don't know, like, it almost looks like a marble statue kind of decor thing. I like it. I think they're fun. I never bought any more after that first initial set because they weren't good. And I'm not like a Harry Styles stan, so like I'm not gonna buy everything he does. I think his music is chill though. I was really fascinated by like the whole concept behind these and just the shape and like literally like the bottle cap. They're all marbled. They're plastic and I think, oh no, they don't come off. Good, don't rip that off. They are another one that is a little bit unusual to use because of that shape, but I don't use them anyways. I just have them on display because they were like crazy expensive. So I kind of put these on display back there with all my other luxury nail polishes. This is another weirdo cap. This one kind of reminds me of like a snowman or a marshmallow. Why did I say it like that? Marshmallow? I think that's how you're supposed to say it, but I always say marshmallow, like almost like there was an E there. Just in case you were wondering, marshmallow. So this is color department and another weird kind of goofy cap. This one is easier to hold than the other round one because it has that divot there. So it's like kind of a good place to rest your fingers. But yeah, I literally bought 2 of these because the cap is weird. Literally no other reason. One of the colors I don't even really care for that much, but I was like, I can't get rid of it because I like the cap is weird. I can't get rid of it. What do you mean? Bad reason, but whatever. I've only ever seen these at, like, I think I got these at TJ Maxx and that's the only place I've ever seen them. So I don't actually know if these are super expensive and I'm literally sitting right next to a computer. So I should probably Google that right now and tell you. They're only 10 bucks. So honestly, usually when polishes have goofy bottles or goofy caps or anything that looks, I don't know, vaguely custom, they're more expensive because you are definitely paying for the packaging. Like with Mooncat, which is on the floor and I'm still not going to pick up. I feel like a lot of that cost, or not a lot, but part of the cost is the packaging. So $10 for this weird marshmallow bottle. I think that's reasonable. Okay, this is one I definitely was like, didn't care about the colors. I really only bought for the bottle. This is the Smith & Cult. These look like little art pieces. I don't think they are making polishes anymore. The caps are kind of like dented in various fashions, and it's weird though because it's like one of these caps, and then you have like the nubbiest little nub. The glass is very thick on these. I know you can't hear me doing that, so I don't know why I did that. They are dense, like they feel heavy, like it feels like a rock in your hand. You could like throw this at somebody. I don't know why that's my first reaction, but I definitely bought these because I just really liked the look of the bottles. Polishes are fine, like some are better than others, and I'm not like disappointed that I bought them, but I also don't think I bought any of mine at full price, or like maybe the first round I did and then the second I got in a destash. I did declutter some, but I did keep, you know, like the yellow because I love yellow. It's like beautiful little art, and I think these were pretty expensive, but I just like the weight of it. I feel so tempted to just throw it at something, and I know that's not good. That's like a weird impulsive thought thing that I'm just like, don't do that, but I really want to do it. This is not necessarily a weird shaped bottle, but the composition of parts of the bottle are very interesting, and this is To Be Frank. These are, it was kind of like marketed as like, I can't remember if it was gender neutral or like nail polish for men or something like that. It was like one of the two. But that was part of the reason why I was interested in it, because I like when like what is viewed as like traditionally female or traditionally male type of things are then flipped on their head and marketed to like the opposite gender. Now, a lot of times when male products are marketed towards women, they're like, look, we made this hammer pink. Don't you love that? I'm like, yes, I do, but come on. And then they charge you more for it. And then with like women products, I feel like, again, women products, I feel like there is this kind of like more targeted focus on inclusivity and like having like male and non-binary and like everybody come join in. So I feel like there is a weird thing to be said about that. Now, I could be totally off base, but just living life, I just feel like that's how it's been in my experience. Anyways, gender and sexuality content aside, another reason why I wanted to try this is because if you can see, the cap it's rubberized, but it's also textured, kind of like a tire, like, and I wondered how this would be for somebody with mobility issues. You know, my mother has rheumatoid arthritis, and sometimes her hands are, you know, swollen and like can't flex and things like that. And so sometimes when I see stuff like this, that's kind of what I think is like, is that an accessibility avenue that maybe isn't acknowledged or addressed or like even known? And so the fact that it's both rubberized and larger and like one solid piece, I thought, oh, that might be interesting for somebody who has mobility issues. Now, my mom doesn't paint her own nails, so like, I guess in the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But I do, as somebody who doesn't have mobility issues, I can't speak for them, but I do think that it is very easy to hold. The rubberized cap and the texture on it makes it so it feels very non-slip. And like it makes the bottle itself much larger. Oh, I remember now. Yeah, this was marketed towards men because they were like, our bottles are sized for men's hands. And I'm like, first of all, girl, my hands are the size of men's hands. So that's kind of why I wanted them, because I got big old hands. So yeah, that's that one. These are, I think it's pronounced Nfuo. It's N-F-U-O-H. And on the back in cursive, it says is it Enfo or Enfuo? I don't. It's in cursive, and I don't really do that stuff. So, but these I got in a D-stash. I have 3 of them, and it is like a corset slash like dress. You can see like the dress details on this bottle as well as the cap. So it's like a woman's, I guess, if you just like cut a woman's head off and her arms, and then you were like, now that's my nail polish bottle. But yeah, they are really interesting. These are probably one of the more unique custom, I'm assuming they're custom, bottles in my collection. And while I don't really wear these because they do require like a special base, special base. It's like a water base or something. I don't know. It looks like glue. I don't really wear them because it's like, you know, whole different process. But I just am so obsessed with the bottles that I cannot get rid of them. I can't bring myself to ever part with them because it's cool. It's different. It's not something I feel like you would see on today's market. And last but not least, and I feel like this is probably like the least interesting to probably most of you, but I love this bottle, and that is the Cleona Cosmetics bottle. And I know like at first glance you're like, it's just a square bottle, but like, listen, okay, hang on. It's faceted on all the sides there to kind of look like a gemstone. And then it's got this like rose gold cap, and I just feel like they look so regal and pretty, and I love the Cleona Cosmetics bottle. So that's just like a personal one. Maybe this one's like a little bit tamer than the rest of them, but it is really, really one of my favorite bottles. It looks so elegant. It really, excuse you, it really raises the like value to me for some reason. So, which is good because you got to ship these in from Canada, and the shipping is no joke. So yeah, those are some of my favorite weird, unusual, strange nail polish bottles that are in my collection. Let me know. Actually, wait, I have one more. Oh my God, I just remembered. Do you guys remember these? This is Crete. This is one of like the earlier reviews that I did on my channel. And this is, or it was, a nail polish brand. And it was started by Lil Yachty, the rapper. And they're like, I'm not gonna like do it, but you like take this, well, I'll show you the cap at least. So it looks like this. And then when you push this, the brush comes out almost like a shot toy that you would give a kid. And then it's supposed to dispense just the perfect amount of nail polish, which it does not. So I got the black one, which you can see through the hard hat. There's gray, and there is white. And I bought the set with the, like, this is like cement. It's like a cement block that you can put your polishes in. And Lil Yachty like left the brand like 2 launches in or something, and then the brand closed after like a year or 2. So maybe not the best quality, but they were fun. They're interesting. These are probably the weirdest bottles in my collection, hands down. So yeah, let me know what weird bottles you have in your collection, what brands are making goofy bottles, or maybe they used to make strange bottles and now they've changed. I want to know because I love weird stuff. So that's going to be it from me. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.